What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back with yet another top 10 video. Today we will be reviewing the top 10 most expensive cards from Fossil Set. As you recall, last week we did the top 10 most expensive cards from Jungle Set, and of course we have to follow it up this week with the top 10 most expensive Fossil cards. Between Jungle and Fossil, I've always favored Fossil Pokemon cards. I think it's the legendary birds. I love them. I love the Gengar, Dragonite. Just so many amazing cards in this set. So I have always favored the Fossil Pokemon cards, even though they are typically less expensive in their graded forms. Before I get started, folks, please give this video a like and please be a subscriber if you are not already. And please use my eBay link below if you do any shopping. It would give me a small kickback and help the channel out tremendously. Thank you so much for doing that. Folks, this video will be short and sweet. Before we get into our top 10 cards here, let's do a little bit of explanation on Fossil Set. This set was released in 1999 and is the third Pokemon TCG expansion set, and it boasts a grand total of 62 cards. So if you thought Jungle was a small set, this one's even smaller by 2 cards. So let's get into it here with the booster box prices. How much does it cost to actually get your hands on a booster box of Fossil? Well, the unlimited booster box typically sells for around $6,500, while the first edition booster box has recently sold in auction for $9,100. So the Fossil booster boxes have always typically sold for a little bit less than Jungle booster boxes. With that being said, let's get started with our number 10 most expensive card from Fossil Set, which is this Kabutops holographic first edition in PSA 10 that has sold recently in auction for $920. To me, Kabutops is like one of the most frightening Pokemon ever. I couldn't imagine coming face to face with one of these things. I'd probably crap my pants. And then right after that, our number 9 most expensive card is very similar to Kabutops in that it's a fighting type Pokemon. A lot of brown hues going on here, but it is the first edition holo Hitmonlee in PSA 10 that sold in auction for $960. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, of course, their names were derived from Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. This is the kicking type Pokemon and is the number 9 most expensive in all of Fossil. Coming in at number 8, we have this first edition Aerodactyl card, holographic of course, that is sold in a PSA 10 for $970. This card also had not only an unlimited version, but a pre-release version as well. I couldn't find any pre-release sales of this card in a PSA 10, so this one will have to do. This is the number 8 most expensive. Coming in at number 7 is our very first legendary bird in Zapdos. This first edition PSA 10 holo has sold for $1,050, and I believe this is the most heavily populated PSA 10 of the legendary birds, which is why it's going to be the cheapest. Spoiler alert, but this is the number 7 most expensive card in Fossil Set. And speaking of legendary birds, our number 6 most expensive is this beautiful Moltres holo, my favorite of the legendary birds by far. This card in a PSA 10 has sold recently in auction for $1,225. Not much else to say about Moltres, a phenomenal Pokemon card. Let's move on. The number 5 most expensive Pokemon from Fossil Set is this holographic Raichu. First edition PSA 10 has recently sold for $1,320. Raichu looking especially thick in his Fossil rendition, but still the number 5 most expensive card. Coming in at number 4 is the fan favorite rookie Gengar card that is sold in auction as a PSA 10 for $2,190. I would have honestly thought this card would have cracked the top 3 most expensive, so it barely didn't. It is the number 4 most expensive in all of Fossil. Getting down to the final 3, we have our last legendary bird in Articuno. This first edition holographic has sold in auction for $2,670. Now, why is this bird more expensive than the rest? Well, it has a much lower PSA 10 population than the other 2, making Articuno the 3rd most expensive card in all of Fossil Set. The number 2 most expensive card from Fossil Set is this holographic first edition Lapras. That has recently sold in auction for $2,800. Now, although Lapras is not the most popular Pokemon, it is the lowest pop PSA 10 in this entire set, having only 108 PSA 10 examples. Before we get to our number 1 most expensive Pokemon card, let's go over a few honorable mentions. This PSA 10 first edition Magneton has recently sold in auction for $232.50. And it says here, wow, hot, cheapest on eBay. You ain't kidding. $232 is pretty dirt cheap for a PSA 10 WotC holo. We also have this first edition holographic Muck that sold for $291. I believe this card has the highest population of PSA 10s at 388 examples. Here we have a beautiful holographic Hypno that has recently sold as a PSA 10 for $550. This holographic first edition Haunter card has sold for $560. And the PSA 10 first edition Holo Ditto card has sold in auction for $636. Coming in at number 1, was there ever any doubt? It is the first edition holographic Dragonite card that has sold in auction as a PSA 10 for $4,470. Of course, making Dragonite here the most expensive card in all of Fossil Set. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I wanted to make this video short and sweet. Let me know what you think of this list and let me know what you think of Fossil Set. I appreciate you tuning in. That's all I got for you, and I will see you all very soon.